Hello everybody, welcome back to another Space Marine 2 video. Now, in this video, I just want to go into what I think would be a good idea. I think it'd be a good idea for the tactical and, other classes, like, for example, the Assault, the Vanguard, to get more melee weapons. Like, for example, the Assault gets the Power Sword, that'd be cool. But before I get into that, I just want to say, if you've not subscribed and if you like more, you want to keep up to date on Space Marine content, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell. I really do appreciate it. Noticed about it's about 93% of you are not subscribed. I'd really appreciate if you did, and if you do like this, please leave a like. So let's get into it. The tactical class, he's very limited in his melee prowess. He only has a chainsword. Now, I'd like that to change. Like, I've modded the game, with all honesty. That's how you're seeing it, me playing through the game with a power sword, with the hammer, and okay, with the hammer the gameplay does change drastically, because it's a lot slower. You've got to actually time your hits. Obviously, if it's a fencing power hammer, then you can parry, but it doesn't change the tactical that much, other than it's just a playstyle, and it does spice up the tactical just a little bit, like the power sword, as you're seeing in this clip that I've just shown now, where I take on a Neurothrope. I mean, I hardly use the power sword, but it's pretty good, and it's pretty effective. And I just want to get into the other classes, like, for example, the Vanguard. I mean, I know it's a stealth class, but I think he'd work well with maybe even not a stealth class. He's like a melee class, come like agile class. Do you know what I mean? He moves faster. I think it'd work if he had a power fist, but you've got to think, does the power fist work with the 4-boss armor, for example? I've never seen 4-boss armor with a power fist. I'm not sure if that's lore accurate or not, but the power sword, the tactical, the hammer, maybe even the combat knife, all really works together. And obviously Titus gets these weapons in the campaign, and I just don't see why the tactical can't have these. I mean, yeah, it's probably a balancing thing, but for example, the power sword, that's not really a big deal. And on top of that, I think it'd be good if the tactical also got the plasma pistol. As you can see in the gameplay here, I'm using the power sword and the plasma pistol. Obviously it's offline, so then you guys, so I'm not ruining people's experiences. This is just a little test that I wanted to do to see what it was like. I've seen all these Arsenal unlockers and stuff like that, and people playing with, like, for example, the tactical or the sniper rifle. I've seen that picture on Reddit, and it just seems that is ridiculous. But I think that if the tactical has the power sword and the plasma pistol added to his arsenal, yeah, okay, he's got the most ranged weapons out of everyone else. But I think it would be a bit of a good mix-up, a bit something else. Like, the only thing I've found is the plasma pistol is really OP with the Auspex, as you just saw then. I basically two-shot a Zoanthrope on substantial difficulty. That's the only thing I can think of. And in this clip, obviously I've got the hammer, and I've also got the heavy bolter. Now, I'm not sure about the heavy bolter. It would be cool to use that with the tactical, but it really does seem to be only well suited to the assault, really. Maybe even the heavy. I think the heavy would be good with the heavy bolter, so then he's got something else other than the bolt pistol and the plasma pistol. I think that would work. Maybe even the bulwark. That'd be cool. But I tested out. I even tested out the knife on the tactical, and honestly, the power weapon, the hammer, and the knife all really work together, like, well, with the tactical class, and I really don't see how they couldn't eventually add it to the class. Now, obviously, there's other weapons that are, I could think of that could, move across the classes. I was looking at the, is it the Auto Bolt? That might work well with the Vanguard, for example. I think that he'd really work in that sense, where he can, he has another fully automatic weapon that's got a bit more of a kick to it. Obviously, it's not that good in operations, but it's just something to think about. And I just want to clarify, all these weapons should only change them in operations, because if you had the power sword as a tactical in PvP, I think that'd be a little bit counterproductive, because you can two-hit players with the power sword. I've done that once or twice with the Bulwark. If you do it right, if you pounce at them with the light attack and then you just let the sword charge and you one-hit them. So, well, two-hit them if you cast the first strike, because then, he does that massive ground pound that the Bulwark is very good at. But yeah, I really do think that if they added different weapons to the different classes, expanded their arsenals a little bit, it would really help. And it's not breaking the law in some sense. Okay, yeah, maybe the Power Fist on the Vanguard, but that is literally about it. Maybe even the Power Fist on the Tactical. Like, how's he going to hold his weapon then, really? Yeah, not really thought about that one, not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to use the Power Fist on the Tactical, because he wouldn't be able to hold his bolter then, would he? So, but yeah, I really do think that if they added weapons, like more melee weapons / a couple of different range weapons, like for example is it the Oculus Carbine? Is that the burst assault rifle that the Vanguard gets? I think that'd suit the Tactical, for example, because it's a range weapon. I'd mostly use it at range, to be fair. It's not a close quarters weapon, to be fair, but it's these different types of weapons. And obviously there's the new pistol coming out. I don't know which class that's going to. Might be the Bulwark, since or the next champion looks to be the Bulwark. Like, they've said it's the Bulwark, so that'll be obviously a pistol for the Bulwark. But is it coming to the other classes? Is it going to be limited to the Bulwark? Is the Assault going to get a new pistol? Is the Heavy going to get a new pistol? You can ask so many of these questions, but I really do think that it'd be a positive impact on the the gameplay loop, and changing up things in the game. Because let's be fair, the Assault, it's all like the Assault. The Tactical is awesome, but it just feels very limited in the melee side of it. But I'd really would love to have a power sword as the the Tactical, because I'm very much a Tactical main. I have a lot of fun playing the Tactical. But yeah, I really do think that if they don't do this, then obviously it's on, people will just keep modding the game and playing offline, like in these clips. And here you can see me playing as a Tactical with the power sword, and obviously it's good at clearing large groups of enemies. Like, so is the chainsword, though, if you use it right. But it's a slight variation of gameplay. They really do need to look at this and be like, how else can we use the weapons that are already in the game to make that loop even more fun? You've got to think of balancing, sadly. But I really do think that it's not that big of a deal. In the sense of the power sword, for example, it is just. Look at it. It clears waves, massive hordes, but in a sense, like, the Tactical needs that. Like, he needs to be. Yeah, he's a very flexible class already, but I think that if you add the power sword, then that would really add to that flexibility. If you go in there with a power sword, with a Bulwark, for example, you know, there's two of you with a power sword, you could really just smash your way through a massive horde. And, but as you just saw, that was like a massive, overwhelming crowd. And literally, I had no issues dealing with it. Obviously, this is, like I said, this is all unsubstantial. It's not ruthless, because I do struggle with the ruthless. I'm not the best at the game, and well, my controller's on the down low. But yeah, if you agree and you think that they should add, you know, different weapons to the other classes, like the power sword, like the plasma pistol, like the heavy bolter, or even, you know, the hammer, the power fist, stuff like that, please do let me know in the comments, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye bye.